My name is Jordan Brower, and I'm doing my presentation over marine overfishing. The oceans of our planet are vast aquatic plains filled with intricate communities and ecosystems. However, some communities are becoming smaller and smaller with the help of mankind. With the rise of the world's population over the last century, it has increased the demand for food. And what place is more bountiful for food than the vast blue deserts that cover the majority of our planet? One of the first documented cases of overfishing occurred in the 1800s with the demand for whale blubber. Fleets of fishermen dedicated their lives to the mass hunting of these gigantic mammals for profit. A more modern example, or examples of the rise of overfishing, come in the mid-1900s with the overcatching of Atlantic cod, Atlantic herring, and California sardines. One of the causes for this depletion of oceanic resources is one of man's basic needs, which is food. The need for availability of protein-rich foods called for an increase in the harvesting of fish, which are naturally abundant with protein. This was brought forth in the mid-20th century by international efforts of combined governments, and it came in the form of loans, subsidies, and favorable policies which allowed fishermen to expand their operations to a grand scale. Another cause is the rapid increase of global population, as well as the advances in nutritional sciences, which showed fish had greater nutritional value. The effects of overfishing. Corporate fishing fleets are taking fish out of the ocean faster than their populations can replenish them. This is starting to have an effect on the populations of non-commercial fish as well, and ocean life that feed on these species. Their populations are also starting to dwindle for the lack of food. It is also having a negative effect on local fishermen that use the fish they catch as a way to feed and support their families. They simply cannot compete with corporate fishing fleets and are finding it more and more difficult to maintain a living. Who would benefit from overfishing? Those who benefited from the overfishing of our oceans were the commercial fishing fleets that were responsible. Certainly not the local fishermen struggling to sustain a living. Millions of dollars are being made with the bulk sale of commercial fish every year. This was justified as economic progress as well as fulfilling a global need for food. Can it be justified now? In 1989, over 90 million metric tons of fish were taken from our oceans. Ever since then, the annual yield from corporate fleets has been declining. It was then that people then began taking notice of the effect that overfishing practices were having on the environment, the economy, and the world. Therefore, it is no longer easy for large fishing fleets to justify their practices. There are several solutions out there to combat the damage overfishing has caused. One solution proposed is a solution of co-management. It was brought forth by the Wildlife Conservation Society, the ARC Center for Excellence for Coral Reef Studies, and various other conservation groups. After completing an investigation into the matter involving over 40 different coral reefs throughout the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Co-management means that the coral reefs and the fish populations would be protected by a joint task force of local communities, conservation groups, and local governments. Other solutions include tighter government regulations on the fishing industry, and an increase in commercial fish hatcheries. These are the sources where I gathered my information for this presentation. Thank you.